Hi everyone, you're watching Forex, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. Previously, last week, I wanted to split the pairs and make separate videos, but it didn't work very well and I didn't get as much response about it. So I decided I will continue with my usual weekly analysis, all main pairs and gold in one video, okay? So let's start as usual with euro dollar, and we will have a look at what happened previous week. It was extremely good trading week for me. Really got lots of trades and very good profits, and I hope it's all worked for you too, guys, especially if you're following the strategy and my levels I'm talking about. So let's see what happened and of course what I will be looking for this coming week. So euro dollar, right? Okay, so I have 1 hour chart, and okay, with euro dollar I only had one trade, which here pointed out. I was waiting for non-farm. You know that a lot of news were for American dollar, and as usual, you know, at the beginning of the month, and which I was telling you about. So I didn't like any of these movements during the week, and I was waiting for euro dollar consolidation before the non-farm. So I had a small trade with euro dollar, so not much with euro dollar. But here it is. Okay, so as you remember, I'm waiting for consolidations, right? And any patterns, and placing the orders 20 pips above, 20 pips below, like in this situation, 20 pips above, 20 pips below, painting orders, buy stop and sell stop. So that's pretty easy. So what to look for this coming week? Okay, so let's just go, this is the main picture, right? So this is the week is coming, and I'm going to go on a bigger chart time frame because it's usually better view. And here, as you can see, what I could do, we had it here, right? So I was waiting for some balance around this level, but you see it went up. So I was waiting for somewhere in the middle, you remember, between one level and another level, the previous levels. And so now you can see I have that level, which I draw here, because it might look like a little bit of creation of triangle, okay? So as we have one top, another top, and we have one bottom, now bottom. So I have two tops, two bottoms, and this I was waiting as a possibility of creation the third top, or maybe breaking up point. So this week it's closed around this area, and so you see here that level is, I might move it like this because I was expecting to move a little bit higher as I'm using these wings. And but it stopped here, so this level is not exactly correct. I mean, right now I might put it like this, but I would still leave it up a little bit just to see with the opening of the market for this week, maybe it will still go up and will be stopped around this level. Okay, so I'm not sure what is it going to do, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Just warning you that you might would have to correct it, move a little bit lower, or just leave it as this if it will actually go back and create another top. Or maybe it could be a breaking point. Okay, so that's pretty much it for it at this moment. I will be waiting for euro dollar. So if it is a top, so then maybe it will have a little bit of consolidation here, okay, and of course a possibility go back down and maybe creating another bottom here, some slowing down, hopefully some consolidation, and the possibility to place the orders against sell. Okay, so maybe we'll go down to the next level, which is around here, and at the same time it might go back into triangle. Okay, so if not, maybe it will jump out from here and start with consolidate somewhere around there. So okay, so then I will use this level, okay, for placing orders buy, and depends where is it going consolidate, place the orders sell. If not, then if it will do around just that level, so using this level. Okay, so I hope you're not confused. If you follow in my videos, you probably would understand exactly what I'm talking about. So first of all, we're looking at this area and at that particular possible triangle. Okay, so to see if it is triangle. So of course, if there will be no some news or something to move the market, it might just sit in that a little bit and then go to a little bit more narrowing down. It is a possibility, who knows. So if it will break Okay, so this is where I have next level, and which is would need it to be, of course, corrected. Depends if the market will go, where it's going to stop. Because right now I'm using it with the right of the top of the wing, as you can see here, right? So that might be, of course, moved. It could be something like that. So that will depend where, if it market will go up, where it will be started to slow down. Of course, here in the middle, I would wait for some consolidations or pattern creations, okay, and a possible continue to the level or going back down to this level. So that's why that one is also not confirmed just yet. Okay, so I'm just pointing out, I'm going to place it here as a maximum, okay, just using this very top. But remember that you might would need to move it. So, and you can see this is the bigger picture. You can see this is what I'm telling you about. So it might consolidate a little bit here. Maybe it will just go down here, and then will try to break it, or maybe it will start to break it right now here. But that's the main picture at this moment. So that's what I will be looking for on this this new week. Okay, so we are starting with just inside the triangle at that point. Okay, so that was $. Now we're going to pound dollar. I had a lot of trades with pound dollar, just to be honest, placing the orders, pending orders using the levels, okay, and it was breaking out, and not very big movements, but still it made me some about 10 pips on each movement, okay, profit. So that's how it worked out with pound dollar. So why is that? Because as you would look, remember I was telling you that this week I would expect it to sit, consolidate possibly between those levels and breaking out one or another level. So I decided not to wait all of these movements inside. I just placed the orders, buy from one level and sell from the other level, and then it started to break, came back and break, came back and broke again and broke again. So that's how with the small pips I could get some profits around those movements. So now you can see it's broke again and coming back once again here, and obviously had no impact movements on a known farm, which is obviously gives an idea that we are all concentrating with pound around Brexit. Okay, Brexit news. Remember I told you about 11th of December. So maybe 11th December, maybe it will be on 12th December, because you know that report. There will be the government again voting something, if it will not be cancelled, of course. So just follow the Brexit news. Okay, so that's what I can kind of think is looking at this week. You see, it's been consolidating. So possibly it will finally, okay, the Brexit news again, it will break that channel. So it will break, and of course, like I'm saying, you can't say which way. It might go up or it might go down, but anyway, I have the levels. Okay, so I have one level to break out and another level to break out. So I will be placing my pending orders. You understand what I'm talking about. So if on Monday it will open and it will start to consolidate, okay, so maybe if it wouldn't be a very sharp movements, okay, so then of course I would look at placing not just using that big channel, but also if it will be small little channel, I will use that too, because you can see from here to the next level again, it's 70 pips movement, so it's quite a lot. So that's why if it will do consolidation here, then I will use just a small channel to place original first orders. If it will go up here before like reports or anything Brexit, then it will consolidate here, then I will use a small channel if it will do here. If it will just move sharply up again, down again, and will not do any consolidation before a possible news, then of course I will just place orders from one or another level, okay? But the first I would look inside. So that's pretty much it for pound dollar. Well, okay, if, let's just have a bigger picture. What would happen? What to do if the movements will happen? Okay, if it will come out from this area, as you can see. Remember I told you about that level, so I will try to move it down and just see if it would possibly could be stopped by that. Okay, but right now I'm just going to leave it as it was. And of course, if it will go up, then I'll just wait where it's going to stop. Okay, so in the same if down, if it will ignore that bottom, then we'll see where it's going to go. If it's going to be really good move, then just I will be placing the stop, protecting the movement, and just keep going with the movement of the market, not just picking up 10 pips. Okay, so first 10 pips and then continue. Okay, so now we're going to dollar yen. So okay, let's go on a 1 hour chart again on a smaller picture so you can see what happened. Okay, so we were here. I was waiting for the market, of course, consolidation. I wanted to see it to go back inside this area, but look at that. It started to consolidate on Monday, and it's created us a bit of the tops. Okay, you see, you have one top and another top, and if you would look on an even bigger picture, that's what I'm saying. Look at the bigger pictures always. Time frame, you can see you have one big top and another top. Okay, so you actually had a double top, which means obviously you could use that level, okay, previous level, as a pending order to sell once again. So you can see that's how you look for all of these entry points. So this would have been your entry point. Okay, and you can see how it moved down. So you could a little bit protect yourself here. It didn't have any big spikes or anything on the price. You could just continue all the way down here and possibly come out with some profits around this area. Not talking about exactly all the way, but somewhere around here. So that's how you walk with it, you see. And as you remember, that's what I was telling you again, the expectation that it looked like we are getting a bit of the triangle, something looking like a pennant, and I was expecting a movement down. Okay, it didn't reach exactly this level yet, so you can see the swing. So what I will be looking right now, of course, it's understandable for consolidation, okay, around this level. Okay, so a small consolidation here, and we would have enough space. It's probably about 40 pips down, and of course it can go back up. So it's not very big distances, but still enough to go for it, because you might ignore the levels, right? You might just have a small consolidation, again continue breaking it, or go back up, small consolidation, continue breaking it, and continue its way. So that's why the first thing first, to look around here, and this would be the first possible entry point. And of course afterwards, wherever it will go, maybe it will finish and give another bottom here. Hopefully we'll do some consolidation and possible creation, placing the orders around this level. And of course if it will go back up, then depends, might sit between them, might jump up again. So around this area, once again, why I'm pointing out this area, because as you can see, it's a middle, right? Middle to the next level and middle to go back to this level. That's how I look. If it's not exactly the middle, but enough distance from one level, told you, I'm repeating once again, more than 30 pips, okay, at least 35, 40 pips to place the order a bit safer. So that's how I would look at dollar yen. Not much, but Australian dollar was absolutely perfect. It's like 99.9 signal. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to tell you and show you. Okay, I wouldn't say teach you, because I'm not really a teacher, but you don't understand what I mean. I'm sharing with you my experience and what I see. Remember, I told you about the three wave, you know about all this, three omegas, three wave, whatever you call it. So we had two tops, and remember when it's created the third top, I told you it did not reach that, and I was expecting it at least to reach it or even jump over it. And look at that, with the opening of market, I had a gap. I don't know how you with your brokers, guys, but with mine, I had a gap, and this market jumped just exactly above my level. Look at that, how correct the level is. You can see, probably understand how correct my levels are, and analysis. Okay, so just look at it, follow it, and you know, so you can do it. Okay, look at that, it jumps just over it. You see, it didn't jump below, it didn't jump too far, it just over it to give this perfect double top, and that's a perfect little, like a neck for it, right? So this was my a good sale, okay, right here. And then I draw another level here, because as you remember, I told you, if it is looking like three omegas, okay, then we would see it going down to at least to the let's say neck area again, or the bottom of the tops. And that's exactly, this was another one, a very good movement down, as you can see. So here would have been you another entry point. Would you say, okay, there was no consolidation around here, but why here? Because it was previously stopped here, right? So that's why I've used the same level here to place extra sale orders. Okay, so you could have just continue and keep it all the way, expecting it to go down. You see, it had a small slowing down, it's still slowing down a little bit, not much, a little bit. So just top up here, okay, top up here, and continue pretty much all the way down. So that's how it was. Extremely perfect moment for Australian dollar. That's what I'm telling you. And sometimes you see something like a super good signal. That's I would call signal. It's not really signal. It's just good technical analysis, and plus of course the news coming in, right? So you would know what to do. Okay, so this was a lot of confirmation for a good trade. if you're not sure, it's better not to. Like I'm saying, it's better to miss a good move, but at least end up with nothing than with minus. Okay, then end up with a loss. So that's what I'm saying. You might wait for it for a while, but at least you know when you have something like that, with very good confirmations, you can risk slightly more. Like that's what I do here. For example, I risked a bit much more than I was lots. I was like placing 2 lot per trade on Australian dollar compared to like a euro dollar. I was only placing 0.4 lots. Okay, so that's how I'm telling you. You need to know and see, and of course money management to use. So that's just a little bit of saying when sometimes you're asking me how before you were trading with 1 lot on such small accounts, and that's what I'm trying to point out. When I see a good possibility, then I might risk a little bit more, but I don't recommend to do it that way, especially if you're a beginner. But if you are not like me, I can see where I can put more lots, where I can just place smaller lots because not sure if it will go the right way. Okay, and so that's how it is. So what I'm waiting for now, okay, let's go on the 4-hour chart once again. So we are right to this area, and of course you might think it will continue the way down, but it might have a correction, okay, because we had a good drop, and so it might have, maybe it will give a bit of the flag, who knows, maybe it will just consolidate around this area. So that's what I will be waiting for. First of all, of course, for consolidation around here, and then if it will give a good, like you see, it was doing something here, and I didn't want to go for those trades because I felt it was very wide. That was very wide channel, but I was pointing out you once you could get good trade and another one good trade, and so here again it might do again the same. Okay, it might go the same way, what I'm trying to point out here is that like you had it everywhere here, right? So it's, if you do parallel, okay, because it does, Forex likes parallels a lot, then you could be something like that, and it might just continue like this, and then you would use the same level once again. I'm not going to draw it right now because I need confirmation a bit more movement. Okay, so it could go like this, and then of course I would use a possible that level for sell and the other level for buy. And what I was saying to you, it might go straight. Okay, it might continue that way, or of course it might go a little bit that way. So that's it. You see, you only know which ways it can go, and you just use it to where to place your orders. So at this moment, it's just a waiting time now. Okay. Of course, if it will jump down, then we'll be waiting for stopping, slowing down somewhere. Jump up, also we'll see. Maybe it will go back to this level and start to consolidate again, or anywhere in the middle because it's a good distance. Okay. So that's my view on Australian dollar. Dollar card also. I had a great trade on dollar Canadian. So this, remember where I draw you, okay, expecting have a possible flag, which I was telling you that we need a bit of the correction and expectation of breaking the main level and going down. So that's exactly what happened, but it wasn't too much, and it's happened right on Monday. Okay, so with the opening of the market, it went down, but look at that. What has it created again? It's created a double bottom, just like what Australian dollar double top. This is double bottom. So here we go. You could use that level as a buy stop. Okay, if you would be buy pending order, okay, slightly higher, of course. If you would be worried about these levels, how I, for example, would be. So this is where you would see it's breaking up and going back. Remember the gap, okay? There is another rule that the gaps, if the window was, somebody opened the window, somebody will always close it. Or at least 99% the window will be closed. So here's the gap, expectation that it will be closed at one point. That's why could possibly place the orders without being scared of the being stopped by these levels. Just make sure, for example, here, protect yourself. So what happened in here, you see it slowing down, and then news, of course. Okay, remember the news, and you could get your profit here. So I got for this one because look at that. That's what I'm pointing out. This is another extremely perfect little channel just before the news. Okay, there were Canadian news. So here we go, and Australian news, non-farm. So all together. And just as expected, the bad news for dollar, non-farm, and we had this beautiful drop. Look at that, which now is come back into this area, so it didn't continue all the way. Okay, and now I'm waiting for consolidation. So easy with dollar cut. If it will consolidate around this level, then I will be placing orders. Okay, as you know, again, sell order and buy order, pending. Okay, buy stop, sell stop. So if it will have jump once again, maybe it will go somewhere again in the middle. I will be looking here next to this level. If it will go down, of course, then consolidation around this area, and exactly the same. Maybe we'll do behind it, like I told you all the time. Levels you see, it could be above, it could be behind, it could be in the middle. So this is the next area. Okay, so it's first area, second, third here in the middle, fourth here the level, and so we are looking at this first thing first. Okay, so now going to euro pound. So with euro pound, I'll go on the 1 hour chart, and here, as you can see, I didn't have a trade on euro pound, but this is where we go. For me, it would be best if it would just consolidate, go into this area, but it decided just consolidate around here, went up, and see, it started to create like a little bit of the pennant. Okay, I wouldn't say it's a triangle much. It's not a very big movement of a movement for it, so that's why I felt I didn't want to go for it. But anyway, so you can see that's how you could work it out. I'm just showing you that I'm drawing all of this before the news happening, okay, before the movement expectation. That's how you should do it. So during the week, so now you see, because it's the end of the week, I can't possibly do every day or like before the opening. Maybe at some point in time I will be able to do every day, maybe before the markets opens, like European session, American session, but this moment not really. So here how you could draw to prepare for a possible breakout, okay, around anywhere that level when it started to create something like that. So you can see when it's narrowing down, and here's you're breaking up and stopped by the previous level. So okay, so we had a bit of a channel, okay, and inside channel it created a bit of the pennant, and that's how you place. You could place pending order sell, of course, down, and pending order buy, and this is how it would work for you. So what would I do now? Of course, in this, very easy, once again, just waiting for consolidation around this level. You can see now it's a good distance, it's all of them, and the next one. So any consolidations and placing the pending orders, buy, sell, then go down to this. If it will go and create something here, the same, to the next level, the same. So it's all around this area. Could be a good possibility. So just need to see once again. Remember, for pound will be news this week. Okay, so it wouldn't be any like speculations or anything, and there will be proper something coming about Brexit. And of course, we will see if the bad news for pound, we will see it go up, and possibly this would be the target area to this level. So of course, euro pound will be in my radar for this coming week because of the Brexit news. So, and of course, we might go down. We don't know what they're going to vote there, okay, and how the market will react on news about pound. So that's it for euro pound. Now going to gold. Also gold. Well, you remember, if you watched the video about gold last week, I told you about the movements in here was quite a while already, 2 weeks, and I was telling you that I would expect this week finally breaking out one or another level. And I was telling you it's very wide channel, but you could have placed just orders, pending order from that level up, and pending order sell from that level down, right? Remember, slightly above, slightly below, not exactly at the levels, but up or down. And I was telling you, for me it was a little bit too wide, and I was waiting for some consolidation first, which never happened. So that's why I was telling you, you want to take risk, well, look at what your reward could have been, like 200 pips at least, okay? I'm not saying it's 230, but you would have been placed your order somewhere above, like 30 something pips, because it's gold. You don't place 20 pips above, unless it's a very small channel. But when it's such a wide channel, you place quite a lot. And I was expecting it to go back in this orange area, okay? Remember that. So you can see, and for some of you who doesn't believe and thinks that I will do my analysis on history, well, you can see the previous video, or even take the gold and just look at it. It's a separate video, and you can see how I'm predicting, and I'm telling you based on the technical analysis how it can work out and how you can place the orders. And then you can see this week, if you just follow all of it, all the trades would have been absolutely profitable, and a lot of profit this week. So, well, that's how you see it's worked out, and it started to slow down here, but I was waiting for more for non-farm, and that's why this was the non-farm movement. And you see it started to go a little bit. You can see this is where I placed that, because using the two tops, okay, so let's expect maybe it would be in a channel, but when it started to here consolidate, right on the top of the this area, right, my yellow square. If you look at it, I didn't move it. It's exactly my yellow square where I pointed out last week. Okay, so this is where I was placing my orders when it started to consolidate, small consolidation before the news. So this is where I placed my orders, buy order, and I placed my order sell from that level down a little bit, and this is how it worked out. Okay, this is how it worked out, and of course I closed everything if the closing week, so I closed it. So right now it waits for some consolidation around this area, so hopefully it will do consolidation, and then it's possible, of course, once again to place order sell. It might go back, might have a bit of correction, and buy, of course, it might continue all the way up. Okay, so and where to look it can go? Well, now it can go anywhere, so I could use this stop for next stop. I don't know, so but I will be just waiting where it's going to be next consolidation. Okay, so either go up, or if it will go back down into our area, so maybe. So another thing which you could do is to see if this is the beginning of the a bit of the uptrend or recovery, let's say, or correction. So I can draw a little bit that channel, okay, so and see where is it going to stop, right? So that's because that's important, where to wait for main consolidation. So it could do something like that. Maybe it could be something like that. That's why right now I don't really want to draw it as much, because the issue with these stops, I have wings, so that's why I need to see where it's going to go. Might stop a little bit lower, might stop a little bit higher. So, but roughly you understand that if it will go somewhere, then possibly we can draw that, okay, to see. Then we would need it for next time. That's why I don't need it right now, because when it will create another top, then we could do it and then see when it will go back down, will it be hitting that level before? Maybe it will be stopped by this level. Okay, so pretty much I don't like to leave it because it's going to be a little bit too messy, too many levels. That's why you understand. Virtually it's in your eyes now, you know, okay, that it could be that an uptrend for gold. But that's it for now. That's what I am going to do. So on a smaller chart, you can see we're looking at this area first. Okay, so starting of consolidation, hopefully here. Hopefully it's not going to jump too much up or down with the open the market, which can. Okay, so if it will jump down, then we'll see where it's going to sit in here, where it's going to go back to this level area once again. So, or maybe jump up there. Will be gaps or not? So that's the gold. Okay, pound yen, and well, for those of you who trades, remember once again, here we had a market last week, and which I was telling you, that possibly waiting for consolidation here, breaking out this level, going down, okay, breaking up this level, because it was a very big, pretty much big channel, but very wide. So it's like, for me, for example, would have been too wide, but here we go, it went down and started to have a consolidation now around here. So, well, obviously you can see it's possibly also preparing for Brexit news, okay, maybe. So what we'll do now, well, as you can see a little bit squeezing the picture, we have next level, plus minus that level. Okay, I'll show you in the bigger in a minute. We have all of these levels everywhere. So first of all, let's see what I would do. Of course, with the opening market, to see will it do a bit of consolidation, because it's already in here. It's also looking like a bit of triangle pennant, right? So it might start to sit around it, so that means it could possibly place any orders from that level to sell, and from the other level to buy. So, but it might just be a straight channel, so then you would use a straight channel. I would use anyway. Okay, so that's the first to look at. Okay, so it's quite started to be perfect to place from here. And of course, next to that, it might ignore it. Depends how strong it will be, how the market would react. If it will do slowing down, here consolidation, next level, okay, slowing down, again, next level, or slowing down, going back, again, that level. From here, it might do consolidation and then go to the next level, okay, some consolidation, and then who knows, go down maybe to even further. Let's just go a bigger picture so you would see where the other levels came from. I'm going to do in a daily chart, because you'll see what I'm trying to say. No, it's even a weekly chart would be the best. Here is that level you can see from the bottoms. So I'm not saying 100% of that level, because the swings are still hanging out a little bit, and that level is also, I'm using on the different wings, and it's touching that right now, the end of that like little wing, you see. So, but it might be a little bit straightened, or it might stay here for now. So that's what I'm saying. If it will go down, you have one level and possibly next level. So this is where the areas I would be looking at. Okay, so to go to those areas, but of course get to the next level, you will still see might be somewhere in the middle. Remember, maybe a little bit closer to one level consolidations, again, slowing down, maybe to the next level, maybe some corrections, creating the flags, any patterns. So, well, that's how I see the pairs for this coming week. So hopefully you like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it, and of course it's important for me, guys, to see if you really like my videos and you want me to continue doing it. So don't forget to subscribe, and happy trading. Okay, always remember about the news. Okay, we have like Brexit news and anything with American news, European, depends which country pairs you trade, like Canadian news were last week, and of course like Australian from Japan. And of course also remember it's December month, and it could be who knows, like lots of people will be going on holiday, so it could be maybe this week a lot of movements, because a lot of will be trying to get as much profit as they can before the holiday started. So that's why I need to be careful. It could be messy weeks, like you saw with pound. It was up down, very messy because of this. Okay, so everybody's just waiting, how is it going to go now, and I'm going to try to get a lot of profit quick. So that's why I need to be careful. And of course then holiday season, it could be a little bit more slower and predictable too. December, as you remember, in January are not my favorite months to trade. I will see again at opportunities. If there will be good opportunities like it was this week, wonderful opportunities, then of course I will be placing trades. If not sure, like I'm saying, just warning to you, if not sure, don't go for it. Okay, so that's it. Happy trading, and I see you next week. Bye everyone.